For anyone who knows me or this channel, you know that I love orange dialed watches. They bring a form of playfulness and vibrancy to this hobby, and they make the watch wearing experience just that little bit less serious, and a lot more fun. Now recently I reviewed the Heinrich Helicopterion, and that featured an orange gemstone, which brought a little bit more of a grown-up experience into the watch, while still maintaining its fun and vibrant colourway. Now Baltic have just gone and done the same thing. They've released 3 gemstone dial variants. One is called New York, which has a green jade gemstone. The other one is Paris, which features a lapis lazuli. And my favourite is the London version, which is the red agate, obviously in this beautiful orange. Now although the colour of those dials and the combination of sapphire crystals work well, there's also a few areas I really wish Baltic would address to simply elevate this watch. For me, there's a couple of niggles that can easily be rectified, and I'm going to share that with you guys. Now you saw the pop-ups. This video is sponsored by Baltic, so I will of course leave a link in the description section. If any of these watches interest you, feel free to check them out. Now diving straight into the specs of the watch, being the Prismic model, it hasn't changed. It still has a case diameter of 36mm and a beautiful case height of 9.2. The crown is still a 5.7mm push-pull crown. The watch does offer 30 meters of water resistance, and the total weight on the mesh bracelet comes in at exactly 75 grams. Now being a 36mm and a dress style watch, as you can see, the experience is very petite. That case height is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the heroes of this watch, as well as that bracelet. As you can see, you've got a beautiful taper from 20mm all the way down to 16.7, and the comfort has been nothing but pure delight. Just bear in mind that the bracelet does not close any more than that, so the effective lug-to-lug on this mesh strap is around 55mm, and I'm going to share more about that in my gripe section. Now the interesting elements of this watch is that case. It features 5 different sections from different materials and case finishes. You've got a combination of stainless steel and grade 5 titanium. So it's got a very industrial feel to it. It's very well made and constructed, and those sharp angles and hard lines really show off these elements. Now if I turn the watch over, you can see there's an exhibition case back. And behind that sapphire crystal is the ETA 7001. It's a manual wide movement with around 42 hours, and bear in mind it doesn't feature stop seconds. Now the real hero of this watch is that dial. Being a natural gemstone, every single watch is going to have a different character, and being a fan of orange, I like what this dial is doing. I like the natural veins that are going through that stone formation, and for me, that's what makes this watch. Albeit the wearability, the case dimensions, the comfort, it's been great. But as I mentioned at the beginning of this video guys, it's not all roses. I do have some gripes and room for improvement for this watch. And first and foremost, these watches have a limited run. There's only 200 of each individual dial variant. So overall there's 600 pieces all up. And for me, I'm not a big fan of limited edition watches. From any brand, be it a mainstream major brand or even micro brands. I just think it adds unnecessary hype and urgency. And if the watch indeed is a nice looking watch and something to be desired, then it's a real shame if there's only 200 variants of that watch. So that's my first gripe of this piece. Next, I really like the look and integration of this steel strap. Just to demonstrate that it doesn't fit on a smaller wrist, I was at a coffee shop with a friend the other day and I put it on his wrist, and he has a 6-inch wrist, and as you can see, it just doesn't work. There's too much play from side to side. So it's a little bit ironic that a 36mm watch, which is designed for smaller wrists, doesn't fit with this particular bracelet on smaller wrists. Now on my 7-inch or 18cm wrist, it's perfect. So bear in mind, if you're interested in a watch like this and you do have a smaller wrist, do not get it on this strap. It's not going to fit. The other option that Baltic offers is a leather strap, so that would be my recommendation if you have a smaller wrist. The next room for improvement on this watch is that crown. I said it before in the previous review, and again, that crown, it's a manual wind watch, and it's really just tricky to wind. So if this was an automatic, I would not have an issue. The fact that it's a manual wind, it's really difficult. The knurling is good, but even so, it's recessed. And being a smaller crown, it's also a little bit difficult to get your finger underneath there to pull the crown out to actually set it to adjust that time. It feels very old school, and I think we've moved forward from the olden designs where the watches were not practical in some of their functionality. For me, this is an area that really needed some attention. A slightly wider crown so it can be less fiddly to wind. And my last gripe on this watch is of course that price. The watch on the mesh strap comes in at €1330 and $1250 on the leather. So it's not an inexpensive watch by any means, But I must say, with the addition of these gemstones, the watch is absolutely stunning. The way it plays in the light, whether you're outdoors or indoors, it's a really vibrant, natural looking colour, and I think it works really well. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. These watches are going to go on sale on the 19th of September. Feel free to get on Baltic's website, have a look at them. For me, this orange one is absolutely a delight. I've paired it up with different types of straps and it works an absolute dream as a nice petite experience that can be slightly dressy or slightly more casual, especially at a case diameter of 36 and a beautiful height of 9mm. It's an extremely attractive offering nonetheless. Thanks for watching, be well and safe, continue to enjoy this hobby, and we'll see you in the next one.